In the heart of southern Africa lies Namibia, a nation whose journey to independence is intricately tied to the life of one man, a leader, a revolutionary, and a symbol of resilience. This is the story of Sam Nujoma, affectionately known as the Lion of Namibia. Samuel Shafishuna Nujoma. Yes, that was his middle name, and I bet you didn't know that before. Born on May 12, 1929 in the village of Itunda, a small village in northern Namibia. Sam Nujoma's early life was rooted in the traditions of the Ovambo people. As the eldest of 11 children, he bore the weight of responsibility from a young age, tending to his family's livestock and understanding the value of community. He experienced firsthand the struggles of his people under South African colonial rule. Limited educational opportunities for Black Namibians forced him to leave school early, but his thirst for knowledge and justice only grew stronger. At the time, Namibia, then known as Southwest Africa, was administered by apartheid South Africa. The indigenous population faced racial discrimination, land dispossession, and harsh labor laws. This fueled young Nujoma's determination to fight for his people's rights. The winds of change were sweeping across Africa, and Namibia was no exception. Under South African rule, the indigenous population faced systemic oppression. Witnessing these injustices, Nujoma became politically active, co-founding the Ovambaland People's Organization, OPO, in 1959, aiming to challenge the apartheid regime. The OPO's activism led to the formation of the Southwest Africa People's Organization, SWAPO, in 1960, with Nujoma at its helm. SWAPO became the vanguard of Namibia's liberation struggle, advocating for independence and mobilizing international support. The turning point came in December 1959, when South African police opened fire on peaceful protesters resisting forced removals. This massacre strengthened the resolve of the independence movement, forcing Nujoma to flee into exile in 1960. From exile, Nujoma traversed the globe, seeking international support and military training for SWAPO fighters. His relentless advocacy brought international attention to the plight of his people, making Namibia's struggle a focal point in the global anti-apartheid movement. While diplomacy was one front, the reality on the ground was grimmer. SWAPO's military wing, the People's Liberation Army of Namibia, PLAN, engaged in protracted guerrilla warfare against South African forces for over 2 decades. The conflict was brutal, with significant casualties, but it kept the hope of independence alive. The late 1980s marked a pivotal moment. Global pressure, combined with regional dynamics, forced South Africa to the negotiating table. The culmination of these efforts was the United Nations Transition Assistance Group, UNTAG, overseeing Namibia's path to independence. After nearly 3 decades in exile, Nujoma returned home to oversee Namibia's transition to democracy. In 1989, the country held its first free elections, and on March 21, 1990, Namibia finally achieved independence. Sam Nujoma was sworn in as the nation's first president. Nujoma: "Today, our dreams of freedom and independence have become a reality. Let us move forward in unity and build the Namibia we envision." As president, Nujoma faced the enormous task of uniting a nation scarred by war. His government prioritized education, land reform, and economic development, laying the foundation for a new Namibia. He championed education, healthcare, and infrastructure projects, laying the foundation for a stable democracy. Under his leadership, literacy rates improved, the economy grew, and Namibia became a respected voice in regional and international politics. Historian: Nujoma's leadership was pivotal. He transitioned from a liberation fighter to a statesman, ensuring that Namibia remained peaceful in a tumultuous region. After serving 3 terms, Nujoma stepped down in 2005, becoming Namibia's first post-independence leader to hand over power peacefully. His legacy, however, remains deeply embedded in the nation's history. He is the father of a nation, the architect of independence, and the unshaken voice of his people. He is the Lion of Namibia. The story of Sam Nujoma is the story of Namibia itself, a journey of resilience, struggle, and triumph. Sam Nujoma passed away on February 8, 2025, at the age of 95. His death marked the end of an era for the nation he led to independence. In the wake of his passing, Namibia observed a period of national mourning. Thousands of Namibians gathered in various ceremonies to pay their respects, reflecting on Nujoma's pivotal role in liberating the country from colonial rule. On March 1, 2025, a state funeral was held at Heroes Acre near Windhoek, where Nujoma was laid to rest with full honors. Dignitaries and citizens alike commemorated his legacy, celebrating his lifelong dedication to Namibia's freedom and unity. Nujoma's passing united the nation in reflection and gratitude as Namibians honored the leader who had been instrumental in shaping their nation's destiny. May future generations honor the sacrifices made and continue to build a nation worthy of its freedom. Subscribe for more world-changing stories and don't forget to like and hit the notification.